Good morning, everyone. Once again, Happy New Year. I'm so glad to see you. I hope the year is off to a great, happy, sweet start. Do you guys have a few minutes for me to tell you a story? You guys got somewhere to be? You okay? We can take a few minutes and hear a story? Okay, awesome. So I want to tell you a story about a little boy I know whose name is Lev. Does anyone know what Lev means in Hebrew? Lev, who said it? Someone got it right. Lev means heart. And it just so happens that little Lev had the perfect name because he had a really big heart. And he always wanted to do things to make other people happy. So one day, in Lev's family, he realized that it was almost Rosh Hashanah. And his mom was getting ready for Rosh Hashanah, to get ready for the meal and the celebration. And on the dinner table were plates of apples and dishes of honey. Right. And he said, "Mom, what's up with the apples and honey?" And she said, "Well, Lev, every year on Rosh Hashanah we eat apples and honey so that the year coming up will be nice and..." Oh, you guys are so good. So it would be nice and sweet. So Lev thought about that, and he did some thinking, and he liked the idea about having a sweet new year, but he wondered, what if everybody in our family wants a different kind of year? Why should everybody have to have apples and honey? So he started to think, and he decided he would ask the other members of his family what kind of year they wanted to have and what they wanted to eat for the meal. So the first person he went up to, I got to get my props. The first person he went up to was his big brother. And his big brother was a really cool dude. So he always wore his cool dude sunglasses. So Lev went up to his big brother and he said, hey, bro, what kind of year should we have? What are we going to eat for Rosh Hashanah? And his big brother, because he was such a cool dude, didn't have very much time for Lev. So he this is how cool dudes walk, kind of walk like this. So he kind of cruised right past Lev. He went, "Hey, little dude, looking pretty smooth." That was all he got. So Lev never got his question. Just, "Hey, little dude, looking pretty smooth." So Lev wasn't getting anywhere with his brother. So he decided that he should go talk to his big sister. So his big sister was a teenager, and she had even less time for Lev. And so when he went into her room to ask her what kind of year they should have and what kind of food they should eat for Rosh Hashanah dinner, she had barely any time for him at all because she was talking to her friends. And when teenage girls are talking to each other, does anyone know a teenage girl? Sometimes when they talk to each other, they don't have time for anybody else. So they were talking, and Lev went, hey sis, well, I'm wondering what kind of year we should have and what we should have for Rosh Hashanah dinner. She didn't have any time because she was talking to her friend, and all she was saying was, "Oh my gosh," like that. That's like, "Oh my gosh, your shoes are so hot. Oh my gosh, your dress is so hot." And then the friend would say, "Oh my gosh, your purse is so hot." And she'd say, "Oh my gosh, I love your hair, it's so hot." That's all he got. Nothing. He got nothing else from his sister about what kind of year she wanted to have. So he was feeling really frustrated. And he went to go talk to his dad. And his dad was really important. And his dad, all the time, when Lev wanted to talk to him, his dad was always on his phone. Some of us know grown-ups like that. Some of us are grown-ups like that. So Lev was trying to get his dad's attention, and his dad was on his phone, and he was going like this, and he was doing really important work. And he knew that Lev wanted to talk to him, and he knew that his son was trying to hear something, but he's really important. He was working really hard, and he said, "Lev, I know you want to talk to me. I'm really sorry. I just can't catch up. I have all these emails and all these messages and all these calls. I just can't catch up. As soon as I catch up, then I'll have time to talk to you about Rosh Hashanah." So Lev was feeling a little bit, how do you think he was feeling? Probably a little sad, maybe a little lonely, because all he wanted to do with his big loving heart was to come up with something some way to celebrate this great new year with his family, but he couldn't get anything. None of them were paying any attention to him. So he decided to take matters into his own hands. He went into the kitchen, and he cooked, and he mixed, and he stirred, and he prepared. And after a few minutes, he called the whole family together. And he said, "Everybody, attention! Come into the kitchen for our Rosh Hashanah meal. I have prepared a meal for all of you." So that got everyone's attention. The brother, who was a very cool dude, and the sister, who was usually only interested in herself, and the dad, who was a very important guy, all gathered around the table. And there on the table was a display of the most creative Rosh Hashanah meal you have ever seen. And he said, "Okay, so for my brother, it was really important to you that we have a year full of smooth dudes. So I've prepared for you apples and mayonnaise, which is nice and smooth, little dude. And for my sister," he said, "Sis, you love how all the stuff that you wear is like so hot. So I made for you apples and spicy chili sauce, which is like so hot. And Dad, I know how much work you have to do and how hard you work to catch up, so here's apples and ketchup." So they looked at these bowls with mayonnaise and spicy chili sauce and ketchup, and they really, really wanted to be supportive, so they all dipped their apples, and they took a bite, and everyone said, "Ugh." Let me hear a good yucky sound. Ugh. Yuck! Everyone said, "Ew, yuck! Lev, what's the matter with you? Lev, you're crazy! Lev, don't you know anything? What are you doing? What kind of Rosh Hashanah is this?" And Lev was feeling really sad until Mom spoke up, and Mom said, "Family, I want you to notice that Lev made this special meal because he wanted all of you to have the kind of year he thought you wanted. Because Lev has such a big heart. And do you know what I think," she said? "I think the fact that Lev was thinking about his family on Rosh Hashanah is really, really sweet." And when she said that, then Lev realized that sweetness is exactly what we all need. In this new year, we all should try to be a little more sweet. We should all appreciate when the rest of our family is being sweet. We should all tell people, "You're being sweet," when they do something kind for us, so that all of our families and our schools and our neighborhood can have a little bit more sweetness. And do you know what they ate after they had that great realization? They made that big decision about the new year ahead. Everybody in that family had a big bowl of apples and... You got it! Happy New Year, everybody! Shana Tova!